And how many CAT attempts were involved?
One.
Just one in the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So is it plain and simple for people to assume that you had it very easy? You did your graduation, then you just took CAT and it was all well?
So for me, it was different because I was from a BSc background. So I did not want to, after in the third year, I think I realized that I do not want to pursue MSc or study more and go towards the research end. So that's when I decided to go towards the MBA journey. Side by side, I was also giving bank exams because my family wanted me to.
So being a girl, the battle always begins at home when you want to pursue a professional course. Did you face the same?
Because everybody wanted me to do the government job, as it said, it's the safer side. Before going for MBA, I had to make everyone believe that I will do good in MBA because they wanted me to do bank, the jobs in bank, or apply for central jobs, government jobs and everything. But eventually, it all came around. It all came around only when.
Hello and welcome back to TLWBC and another episode of Talkfest. Number 11. Shubh mana jata hai, and today we have Ananya. Ananya tells us about how she overcame the hurdles which most of the girls in India face, be it from the society or from the family. She shares with us the ways, the manner in which she overcame her complexes during graduation when almost everybody seemed to be doing better. And I am totally jealous of her because her blog has 3000 followers. मेरा blog ही नहीं है, but क्या करें, जो काम कर रहा है वो आगे निकल रहा है. Here we have Ananya. Please listen. Thank you.
All right, Ananya, how are you, beta?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
It's been long having met you and talked to you.
when were we preparing for this GDPI? कौन सा साल था?
Last year, in the starting. January, Feb around.
Feb 21. Okay, so we were going through that COVID stress and okay. वो भी tough days थे. So finally, now that you are in the college, you have been in the college for what, nearly 1 year now. More than that, perhaps. Yes. More than that.
Yeah.
What is the course? What is the course you are pursuing?
So it's in Symbiosis, but the college is Symbiosis Institute of Digital and Telecom Management. So it's basically more oriented towards technology.
Okay.
And telecom, the blend of both.
The blend of both. Okay. But यहाँ पे ये बताओ, as far as I remember, you had literature in your graduation.
No, sir. BSc Mathematics.
Oh, अच्छा. अरे, I'm really sorry for that. BSc Mathematics. हाँ भाई मैं कहता, how can this be that somebody from literature goes to a tech course? Okay, it was BSc Mathematics from IT College Lucknow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how many CAT attempts were involved?
One.
Just one in the first one? Okay. So is it plain and simple for people to assume that you had it very easy? You did your graduation, then you just took CAT and it was all well?
No, I don't think it's easy to say that it was a cakewalk or it was easy. I think every student after 12th or even after your graduation faces dilemmas like what to do next. And if you want to do something, so you keep on looking for avenues and ways to how do you build your career. So for me, it was different because I was from a BSc background. So I did not want to, after in the third year, I think I realized that I do not want to pursue MSc or study more and go towards the research end. So that's when I decided to go towards the MBA journey, and that's when this happened. So it was not easy because it was I was in a lot of dilemma ki what to do, which course to decide, which college, and what all needs to be done towards the goal that I want to achieve right now. So I think with that it involves getting the right guidance, getting to know the right people who will help you to achieve the next goal that you are trying to achieve.
So being a girl, the battle always begins at home when you want to pursue a professional course. Did you face the same?
Because everybody wanted me to do the government job, as it said, it's the safer side. Before going for MBA, I had to make everyone believe that I will do good in MBA because they wanted me to do bank, the jobs in bank, or apply for central jobs, government jobs and everything. But eventually, it all came around. It all came around only when the results came up, by the way, because I was side by side. I was also giving bank exams because my family wanted me to. So it all came around when the result came, and I told them that this is how it is, and I want to go forward with this. That's when it happened.
But that is a long time, because it involves nearly 250 days, I suppose.
Yes,
From
it
when
does.
so how did you keep your cool for so long? I understand you are a very cool, calm, composed person, having interacted with you for a under high degree of stress, actually, because GDPI is always high degree of stress. So that is something I really appreciated. I've spoken to people. In fact, I even wrote about your school, Stella Maris, that they are producing good kids.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
but still, beta, 250 days of constant pressure, if I may say so. I mean, the parents, they always want you to do well. But if the support is not very forthcoming, how did you tackle that part? If you can remember something of it, because people are going through that, trust me.
Absolutely. I think it's important to keep on trying. I can understand where it comes from, actually. So it's also important for us to know where they're coming from and because they want the best for us.
Exactly.
But at the same time, if we want to do certain things, instead of regretting it later, that we were not able to do this because of XYZ, it's important to putting your views forward. So I think that's what I did. It's been so long. It was an entire year where I was doing simultaneously both. But it came along because they saw that I really want to do this. They saw me working hard day and learning whatever I want to for CAT or other exams that are related to MBA. They saw me working towards it. Which they hadn't seen before.
Okay.
So I think that is one of the reasons, and me keep on telling them that I want to do this. Every time we had a conversation when I had to go for example, my father told me to go for this bank exam. It's tomorrow. I was like, no, I'll not go. But I still filled it up and I had to go there. So I keep on telling him or even my mother that I want to do this and not this. So that was a constant conversation that kept on happening every month. So that's how it was building.
That is what I was just, I mean, it just struck me that this would be a weekly conversation, and a kid of what, 21-year-old trying to tackle people who claim to have seen life, and of course they have seen more life and they have more experience, and it would be seriously tough. But I the takeaway is that, okay, if you keep at it, if you keep working hard, or at least if they are convinced that you are working hard, so things become relatively easy. If not, I mean, they won't be easy, of course, but relatively thoda aasan ho jata hai. And okay, I remember a discussion we had, Rupal, you and I, in one of those afternoon sessions. It was quite candid. It was, and I believe that it was very important for us to have that conversation, and things, I could see them changing after that conversation. So the fire was suddenly quite visible. Till then it was like, okay, you want to do something, but there were a lot of, I won't say complexes, but yeah, a lot of thoughts in both of your minds. Do you remember anything of that conversation? Why?
Absolutely. I think that is one of the key changing or turning point that Rupal and I both had. And we've always seen you as a mentor when we started doing English classes. And then fast forward to that, we did the entire GDPA session. We always looked at you as a mentor. But that conversation that happened, it was complete turnaround, and I think it helped us a lot to believe in us. We were quite apprehensive and as in a dilemma that are we competent enough to go there, and it's a fight when you go into an MBA B school, be it any B school for that matter. Plus, when you're a fresher and you come from a background which is not BTech, it is a fight, absolutely. But you have that in your mind, but that increases when you are going for the interviews and the GDPIs. So that fear enhances. But with the conversation that happened, and we told you what are the challenges and the roadblocks that you're facing, and you told us one thing, that it's important to see what you have as the plus point, or what is your positive, what is your USP, than looking towards your fears. I think that entire conversation changed a lot of things. The entire perspective of me as well as for Rupal to go forward and fight the fight. So that has been one of the major events.
Oh wow! Because it's not very often that people come forward and they want to talk things that are very personal, their fears, the process that they somehow are very apprehensive of. Because of course we all have been through a phase जहाँ पे हमें लगता है दोस्त आगे निकल गए या जानने वाले लोग आगे निकल गए, and we are still we have a battle on our hands and we don't know the outcome actually. So it was a very enlightening conversation for me also, because I was talking to two young kids who were facing a battle, and I really wanted to help, but in my own limited capacity, I just wanted both of you to do really well. well. Yeah, जो call best call आया है, it should be converted. And but trust me, when you guys dropped that message, na, she got through IMT and you got through this SIMB. It wouldn't be a kind of overstatement to say that I was very emotional. And my wife said कि ऐसा क्या हुआ, हर साल बच्चे आते हैं जाते हैं. So I said यार कुछ तो है, maybe because I'm a father of a girl and you always you want to see the girls really do well, especially the girls who are having मतलब आसान नहीं है. It's not easy. So I have kept that entire afternoon in my mind. So now any kid comes up and faces the same kind of problem, I exactly know what to say. Because it has worked. Because it has worked.
It definitely has. Like it's without any sugarcoating. That the entire conversation and the entire what we all, I think me and Rupal got out of that conversation, the lesson that we got and we implemented in the coming interviews and the GDPIs was a milestone, and it converted us the colleges that we wanted to. So it was.
And I'm still very jealous of your blog because I haven't been able to start. the moment you said in one of those random things कि सर मेरा ब्लॉग है 3,000 फॉलोअर्स हैं, 3,000 3,000 लोग मुझे जानते नहीं हैं. They won't know me.
I remember that as well, sir. And I coaxed you that you should definitely start a blog and start writing.
तू चले गई अपना MBA करने and again I was left all alone. तो वो हुआ नहीं है. मतलब आलस की भी हद होती है, but it's okay. ठीक है, to each his own. And I think through these talks and conversations, I think I'll be contributing in a certain way. निकलना तो नहीं हो पा रहा है. That discipline.
That's okay, sir. This is a great initiative, alternative. So I think you're doing it.
अच्छा, अरे तो ये बता कि okay, लखनऊ हो गया, IT कॉलेज हो गया, and you converted. पहली बात, when the exam result came, the percentile wala, what went through when you saw the percentile on the phone or on the laptop?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. It is little bit faded, but I saw that I now I can do something about it. Like what I've been wanting for the past 1 year, I think I can convert this, and I can do and pursue what I actually want to. And I can convince at the same time my family that this is the reason that I'm going forward with this choice.
And what about when you finally converted?
That is what I vividly remember, because when I got the result, I was going out. Okay. So I was going out with my friends, and that's when I got the message that the shortlist has been released. And that was the first shortlist that came out for the multiple simultaneously for 2-3 SMB colleges, and I got through all of the three. All the 3 shortlisting came out, and that they came on the same day. And I was so afraid to tell my parents. I was like, should I? The first thought I was like, should I tell them or should I not tell them? It will change a lot of things. Which it definitely did, but that was very important moment that I had with myself.
But why wouldn't you tell your parents? I mean, what was stopping you? What was that thought?
Maybe thought that they will not be okay with it. That this is the final thing. So
you are leaving. You are going to leave. Okay.
Yeah, that was the final. Wow. Like this is now certain that this is going to go, and I will be going forward with this. This is the complete, like it's a green signal, because the percentile is like the first step. The final step is when the shortlist comes up. Yeah. That's when you realize that this is done. Check.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. It's done. So now the next step is going into the college. So that's when I was like, should I tell them? Should I not tell them? And I told them. But for a surprise, they were quite happy for the same. Yes, they were quite happy for the same. And they were like, okay, we will look into this. Since you have accomplished what you wanted, we will definitely, we're looking forward for this. And I went out then after that.
Okay.
I had fun.
You just left them to themselves and went out.
Yes, I just told them, and I'm like, now you can think about it. Come by the evening. It has to be done.
It was a huge moment, right? It was a huge moment.
It was, absolutely.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. There are certain things which we can't put in words, actually. Maybe it was one of those moments. So you went out with friends?
Yes.
Okay. How did they react?
Oh, they were extremely happy for me, because they were seeing what was happening. And it was the year after, it was the COVID which was there. Yeah. Plus after the graduation was over, that was the entire year that was all about. So they knew what is happening and what all is going on. So they were the first ones, after my parents, of course, to know that this has happened. So they were extremely elated for the same.
It's nice to have friends around, right? When you want to celebrate.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Acha, so Lucknow to Pune. Any drastic changes?
Oh, weather-wise? Yes, absolutely.
It is extreme here. It is extreme over here.
Yeah. Extremely. Whereas in Pune, it's all about the rain, which initially we hated because it is all the time raining. And we came in the month of July. And the last time I came was in December. But again, the COVID thing happened, so we had to go back. So it was back and forth that was happening. But Pune is a great city to just be.
To be.
And plus the campus. Our campus is beautiful.
Yesterday you dropped a message that I'm on the Hilltop campus, and I was like, oh yeah.
It is beautiful. I think,
Once the conversation is done, maybe on Sunday or something, please send me the program.
I will, sir. I will spam you with the photographs. I keep on clicking here and there, so I will spam you.
Okay. You have moved to college now, and the course has started. The COVID thing is there, so of course that is some external pressure which we don't know how to handle. Do you believe that had it been for the entire course, had it been totally offline on campus, it would have been a much better prospect than what you went through coming on and off?
I think it's a mixed answer. When we were online, we were a little bit lazy. That is what I would say. But when it comes to offline, you do a lot of things simultaneously all together throughout the day. And plus we are in the second year, so that's when the placements are happening. And you're the seniors, so your juniors are coming. It's a quite hectic schedule that you have to manage. But at the end of the day, it all just manages. You just keep on doing your chores, and it just all aligns. It feels overwhelming at the same time when you have assignments thrown or classes till 9 o'clock and everything, but it all just aligns at the end of the day. That's what I think I've learned while being on digital platform. The one negative was that we could not know people better. We did not interact with our batchmates that much. Only when we came to the campus, that's when we could talk to each other and know even the teachers for that matter. Like it was more understanding the individuals and working with them, because we have committees and everything. So it's quite important for the people to know each other and have a team oriented understanding, so that you align your work together, because everything happens in group. It's important to know people. That's the key. So that is what was missing when it comes to being online. And offline is I would say it's a much better experience altogether.
How tough is the competition among the peers?
So it's
very.
And it starts from day zero.
Okay.
When you enter, that's when it all starts. It starts with going into the committees, seeing where you all stand. And then as soon as you enter, you start preparing for your summer, your internships, but at the same time, getting to know the curriculum better. And it all just keeps on happening, and all the pressure comes. But that's how you learn. I think that's something that we have all learned in the past 1 year.
I mean, having that kind of cutthroat competition, of course, for each and everything, is it possible to form any sort of friendships?
It is. I think for that matter, I have built some great friendships here. It's a very small circle. I always believe in small circles. So I have a small circle, but I know for sure that it's going to last. And it's a beautiful thing about MBA that you get to know people from diverse backgrounds or from across the country. But you still gel up with them somehow. It just clicks. And the friendship, I don't know if it's for everyone, but I think it stays, because you get to know people a lot. Because you working with them as well as being with them all the time, and learning the course, which is professional, you get to learn a lot. So that's how I feel.
It's possible. It's very, very much possible.
It is.
I mean, because as we all went through our school, we were competing in sports, we were competing in debates and declamations and dramatics, but still we are great friends. So I think it's very true of an MBA course as well, I suppose. Then.
Yes, very much.
Okay. How many months to go before you get over with your MBA?
6 more.
Half a year. Okay. So abhi chilled out hai ya abhi bhi pressure nahi?
So now the ball game has begun. The classes are going to start. That's
the main thing. What we came for.
So that's going to start. So everyone is under pressure right now.
So are things kept hidden from each other? Sharing reduces. It does.
Yes. It does. Okay. It's like it's mandatory. It's a policy. Although people keep on talking amongst the friends, but it's a policy and it's a mandate policy that you do not disclose things. Confidentiality is the key when placements happen, because plus it depends on college to college. But since it's a cutthroat competition between these schools, it's important to maintain the secrecy and understand what all is at stake.
Okay. if you can just kind of recall the worst day on campus, you just thought कि मतलब कहाँ फंस गए?
It's been 3 months now.
Okay.
Only 3 months. I came in July, and when I came in December, I was around for 20 days. So I think in the starting, I cannot call it worst because I have not faced it yet. But in the starting, it was quite overwhelming to gel up with a lot of people. Even though I had 1 or 2 friends, but they were not on campus at that time.
Okay.
So I had to know other people who were there. And in the first year, you do not have a choice to be roommates with someone. So you have to gel up with a new. And for me, it was new because I had never been in a hostel. I have always been in my home. So it was completely new and a change.
Sharing the space, probably.
Yes. That and then knowing everyone, because nobody knew anyone because we were online. So it was okay, but getting to know someone in person is quite different when you know them online. So that was, I think, the first week was quite overwhelming for that thing.
Otherwise, it has been a decent journey.
As of now, it's been yeah. It's been
okay. So basically, all the pressure that you had to tackle was for those 200 odd days when you're preparing for CAT, and maybe the GDPI pressure was a different pressure because you were actually involved in it, and it was something that you could control probably. ठीक है, दिन भर पढ़ना है सुबह से शाम तक, maybe अखबार पढ़ना है, ये करना होगा. So that was something which I believe that was mostly under control, and then of course we had a wonderful panel who was very forthcoming and out of the way helpful. Those guys are wonderful. This year also we had that process, and again almost everybody converted. जहाँ जिसका जो best call था, they converted. So that is something that is very close to my heart. Every year I think कि हम नहीं करेंगे, but then you get a call from somebody कि सर call आया है, and then you are okay. Let's get started.
सब बोलते हैं, बच्चे बोलते हैं ना, help sir, please help कर दीजिए. And you cannot say no
you can't
for
say
your
no.
students. So you do it for us regardless.
And you feel, when the results come out, you feel somehow like एक vicarious feeling तो है ये happiness का, and you know that okay, kids are at the right place, कुछ कर ही जाएंगे, अच्छा है. Okay, now अभी currently क्या सोचा हुआ है? I mean, six months from now.
Sir, अभी तो there's one goal, the placement.
The placement.
For now. So the next 6 months, haven't thought that through.
Okay. Let us tackle this first, and then.
Yes, this step by step. Then let's see.
Okay. If you were to tell kids who were not very sure about what they want, because you became very sure in third year, I suppose. You said in graduation, second or third year, you got sure कि ये नहीं करना है, वो MBA हमको करना है. Third year end. हाँ. So that was reasonably late actually.
Yes, exactly. It was reasonably late, quite late.
So what made you decide on this? I mean, what happened? Yeah, what had been happening? Because how do we decide कि मुझे ये नहीं करने का मन है, कुछ और करना है? What is it? Is it a moment, or is it a period of a time when you keep talking to yourself? How did you decide that ये नहीं होगा, वो करना है, या ये नहीं करना है, I have to go for the professional MBA course?
I think it's a series of events that happen for quite a period of time. It can be different for everyone because everyone's journey is different. I cannot per se say about everyone's journey, but for me, for example, it was a series of a lot of events. Apart from my college, I was very much interested in working in different things. Like for example, I had the opportunity to do a campaign, PNG campaign, with someone with a marketing agency, and that's when I was working through that, and also doing freelance as a content writer for someone else. So I think all of those combined, where I could strategize things, I could lead a team together. A lot of things that were happening, that the things that I was doing the project is where I thought that I think I can do well. Where you have to do things like leading, or even things like strategizing and go and having a holistic approach towards a problem, or things like that. I think that is what somewhere I did not know the entire ABC of what MBA is, but I think that's where I thought I can go, and I think I can make a career out of it. So these are one of the key things that led me towards believing that the MBA could be my next rescue, or whatever people say. Or even though people say it's a trend, but I don't think you should go with the trend. It's more about knowing you can do better. You can understand. You can go through the pressure as well. Like people feel that CAT is the ultimate pressure. No, when you go into a B school, it has different challenges. You have fought one battle, but the other begins at the same time. When it's fun, but also at the same time it's a challenge where you just go and you learn a lot through the MBA course. I feel it's one of the courses which is quite holistic in its nature. Like it builds you from within, and it helps you, puts you in very awkward situations or pressurized situations where you have to tackle it. Be it as small as working in the team, working in your with your peers, and or being in a committee. So things like that help you understand yourself better and gain professionalism through that journey. So before that, knowing the right choice, it's easy to say you know everything, but you just learn through the way. Like I did not know that I would definitely do this. I like or this particular, for example, finance or marketing or HR, things like that. You do not know. But eventually when you step into this, you get to learn a lot. So that's where you get to know.
That is where the clarity starts to come in, right?
Yes. I think the first step is knowing that you want to do MBA. Like you want to, and why do you want to do it? It should not be like everybody is doing it because it's in the market or it's about the money. No, but I think it's important to know where you want to head to.
So why did you start working with the agency, the agency that you're talking about, or picked up the content writing material? Weren't you happy with the course that you were pursuing academically? That was the BSc Mathematics. What made you kind of look around?
Yeah, sort of like that, because I was a science student. I had done physics, chemistry, maths all my life. And that's when I had decided to pursue BSc. But during that course, I did not feel something challenging. I think is what I would feel as an individual. I was not feeling challenged. I did not. It was more towards the theoretical end and research and getting learning step by step. It's important to have an analytical approach, which my course taught me. BSc Mathematics taught me. But at the same time, I wanted to do something more. Like I have always had a creative side to what as a person. So I wanted to find an amalgamation or a midway to reduce the gap and to find that way where I can actually put both of them at use. Like whilst also learning about maths or understanding, having analytical approach, problem solving approach, I wanted to build the other side, which is creative. So that is where I started looking for avenues or for opportunities outside. I kept on looking here on LinkedIn or having networking with people. So that's when I started writing content for that matter. And then I got the opportunity to work with the marketing agency who asked me to do the entire content development and the ideation for their different clients. So I think that was the key moment where I thought I can do better, because I did not know if I can or if I cannot. So the opportunities that came up to me helped me understand that this is the way forward.
So I think the takeaway is that, okay, if you are restless in your current position, if you are not very happy in your current position, just look around. Let's try to find, rather than feeling like a victim and sitting there कि कुछ और होता तो अच्छा होता. Just look for that कुछ और होता तो क्या है. Just go ahead and try things.
It's always important to keep on experimenting, to keep on seeing new stuff, because you feel stagnant at some point. Even people who come from a work experience background, for that matter, to the MBA B schools, they also somewhere felt stuck. Like I had my friends who I talked to. So they felt stagnant. They felt stuck where they were working. They did not feel it was challenging enough, or they were not growing how they wanted to. They wanted to try something new. So they kept on looking and they found the answer, that is MBA. So it's important to keep on just looking around and knowing how you're growing as a person.
Trying to just keep exploring on the way. That's it.
Absolutely.
Has there been any apparent change in the behavior of people who were not very you can say, what will be the right word, who are not very supportive of what you are doing? I mean, not the parents and the friends. They are always there, even if they don't like what you are doing, they're always there. But then there are people who like कि इसका ना हो तो अच्छा है. You'll always have those
I think
people.
you'll always find such people who do not know you so much, but they just know you as a person, or who you have been.
Acquaintance, basically.
Acquaintance, basically. Yes, absolutely. So those people tend to talk about you. They will talk about you regardless. You do a good thing, you do a bad thing. You progress in your career or you do not progress in your career. Those people are the ones who will always talk. So I think it's important to never focus and never focus on what is happening happening on that end. But once you get what you want, they definitely come up to you and they're like, oh, you did it. How did you do it?
हम तो जानते थे.
So yeah, we knew that you will be able to do it, or you'll pull this off, or you'll ace this off, or things like that. So that happens. That absolutely happens.
So beta, do you have any kind of bitterness towards them? I mean, yeah, you are okay. ठीक है, people are like that. It's fine.
No, I think over these years, I'm still young, but over these years, the kind of people that I've met in my life, I think the one thing that I've always that I've learned is to just forego whatever has happened. The past is the past. It's important to just leave it wherever it is. Learn what is important. Learn what you did wrong, or what was wrong there in the circumstances that were happening, and just move forward, because a lot lies coming ahead than looking behind or looking whatever is not important.
So one battle is won. The journey begins now, probably 6 months from now, and 6 months from now we would be talking about something else.
Absolutely so.
About something else. All right, Beda. Then in that case, I'll let you go, and you continue on your journey with whatever you are doing. I firmly believe you are a up and coming rock star. Definitely, the world will see a lot more of you. And if it doesn't, then the world loses out. So just please be at it, keep fighting, and be an inspiration to all of us. चलो अपना काम करो. See you soon, beta. Then bye bye.
I hope पूरा सुना होगा भले EMIs में. I know these are long conversations and that was totally intended because I didn't want to break the rhythm of these wonderful talks. So even if you want to listen in say 10 minutes, 15 minutes per day kind of sitting, please do it. But please make sure you listen to them. See you till the next week, I suppose. Bye-bye.